Morning. Yeah, just got up after a reasonable wild night. How was your night, Scotty? Really? Shit, did you get wet? No.
Mate, have a look at this. I had midges in my swag. I had mosquitoes.
Oh shit.
Look at this.
Shit.
I had a bad night. So I got up. Don't know if you heard me, but got up and got some good lightning shots. But mate, I'm dead tired. I've not slept. I just feel horrible. Oh, mate.
Shit. I think we better make sure we get away here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at UNGOWA here. Small little walk-in camp spot. The toilet full of mozzies and midges. So never much frequented, to be honest. I've never seen anyone camp on that campgrounds here. Last time I came here at low tide, we climbed up there.
A short while later, back on the tracks.
Yeah, bit of a challenge.
And the West Coast tracks are definitely the far less traveled tracks. So even on Fraser you can encounter obstacles, as we see here.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of driving the lesser traveled tracks, is you come across little challenges like this.
This shows one of the advantages of having 35-inch tires and a reasonable lift, so that means we have a good approach, ramp over and departure angle. And if we would have less modified vehicles, we could not have driven just over that tree.
Bloody beautiful. Beautiful. How's that, buddy? Yeah? I touched a little bit on the rock sliders, but you know, that doesn't bother me. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, I heard somewhere, but probably a tank or so. But yeah, no, it's good. Went down.
Yeah.
We came to a pretty deep puddle, but I had driven that the year before, so I knew that the underground was reasonably firm. After all the rain we had, the water was much deeper than last year though, and went over the bonnet. Water crossings like this should definitely be walked beforehand. Also make sure you have a raised air intake, you switch off your air conditioning and any light, and make sure you push a bow wave in front of you. That means you enter the water at a little bit faster pace, that is a fast walking pace, and then you get off the throttle and push that bow wave in front of you, and therefore create an air gap between the bonnet and the water in front of you. Before we made our way to the east coast, we decided to have a quick swim at Lake MCKENZIE. Lake MCKENZIE is one of the most popular destinations on Fraser Island, so it is usually advisable to come early in the morning or late in the afternoon. We arrived around lunchtime, but because it was off-season, it wasn't too busy. Yeah, we're heading towards the east coast, looking for a campsite there, somewhere not too far from Eli Creek, so we can go there early in the morning, have a good swim by ourselves, and have hopefully no midges and not too many mosquitoes tonight, which would be quite nice. Got a tour bus in front of us. The tour bus just got stuck on the tree. How awesome are these old trees here, huh?
Mate, bloody amazing. Beautiful.
Scotty was literally itching to get a swim at Eli Creek because of his flea bites. I decided to have a quick stop at Happy Valley to have a coffee and an ice cream.
So that's Happy Valley here, where you can get fuel, you can get food. They have a basic shop, you can get drinks, dinner. It's not a bad little spot. It's also Dingo safe. There's a few houses here you can rent.
Happy Valley actually was the first tourist development on Fraser Island, and it was started in 1930.
Little store, museum. For me, ice cream, important. And I think I get a coffee. I haven't had a coffee yet. Could I have a skinny cappuccino, please? A lot of basic stuff, fishing gear, sanitary items. Scotty? We are at
Eli Creek.
Eli Creek at a time where I'm usually not here because it's midday, but it's actually not too bad.
Mate, I've never seen the crossing look like that. Never seen it. It's like a puddle. Normally it's a dip in, dip out.
Last year it was exactly on the opposite side and actually quite deep, at least at full tide. Now it has completely changed. It's amazing how that changes from year to year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some parts of the beach on the east coast also act as an airstrip, so don't be surprised if you see airplanes landing next to you.
I just got raped. Absolutely raped. I haven't even seen my back, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, your back is a little better than the front, but
yeah.
I reckon.
What do you reckon?
I reckon the midges, the sandflies, they're in your swag and waiting for a feed. It's time to set up camp and give them a bit more, fresh blood.
I need to donate for sure.
A few months before the trip, my cheaper Morenia awning finally packed it in. And as I heard a lot of good things about the Super Pack awnings, I contacted them and asked them for one unit for long-term review, and thankfully they agreed to that. So this is one of the first instances where I use the awning, and so far I really like it. It's made in Australia, it is made from Australian canvas, and it's a very good quality product. I will do a long-term review after tasting it for a while.
First cooked meal on Fraser yesterday. I couldn't be bothered, and looking forward to that. Much better spot here today, that's for sure. We have only to contend with March flies, which there are quite a few, but they are good to deal with. No Mozzies so far, no sandflies, very important, so should have a much better night tonight. Obviously everyone does it a bit different, but I pretty much run the Bushman as a freezer at -9, -10 degrees. That ends up then at around 2.5 degrees minus. That means everything at the bottom remains frozen. On top of it I can have my stuff which I want to have cold but not frozen. So for the prawns, that are frozen prawns pretty much, then frozen vegetables and some rice, and that's it for me. Second morning on Fraser. Had a little bit of rain in the night, but no storm, so that's good. East Coast, not many Mozzies. There's still a few Mozzies in the evening, but not as crazy. However, there are plenty of March flies.
That actually was a horsefly. The horseflies are pretty slow and easy to catch. The March flies are a bit smaller, much faster, and have a quite nasty sting.
So morning coffee. And thanks for the tip from one of my YouTube viewers that with the AeroPress you should let it rest for a minute or two before you start pushing it down. So that was an excellent tip. And I'm now doing that, and it has improved the coffee quality even more. So yeah, really like that AeroPress thing. And yeah, I don't know, 50 bucks or whatever I paid for it. You really can't beat it, or not even 50. I think it was 30 or so. So pretty cool. Yeah guys, second morning here on Fraser. Pretty good night actually. We had a little bit of rain. I put my stretcher a little bit different here. So, I mean, I didn't get wet the night before either, but yeah, that kept the top cover and everything completely dry, which before I had a bit of water pooling. However, Scotty stayed up a bit longer and did some lightning shots. And I got woken up there at 1 o'clock, having him swearing and telling someone to piss off. And it all happened right in front of my stretcher. So I'm looking out and, Scotty, what happened to the dingo and you?
Ah, mate, pretty brazen dingo, that one actually. It came right into camp and didn't want to go. So I was trying to shoo it away. It was pretty determined to come into camp though, and
I watched Scotty for probably 2-3 minutes before I went out of the stretcher, and that dingo had to go. If you wouldn't have stood your ground, you know, would have run or so, it definitely, I reckon, would have given you a nip. It would not back off, growling, wagging the tail, but not in a happy way, in an excited way. And yeah, I don't know. When I got out then as well, and you really chased it, it finally took off.
Yeah.
But, so be dingo safe. For a kid or so, that would have been definitely disaster, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, unbelievable that dingo. I mean, honestly, 2 adult big guys here, and he's growling, he is having a go. Scotty is 100% standing his ground here. If that would have been someone afraid, I mean, it's their place here, but unfortunately people feed him, encourage him to come close, and that's what's happening then. So we are on our way to Eli Creek for early morning swim.
Shower.
In the patrol. The night was super hot. No sleeping bag, even the silk inliner was too hot. There was not a single breeze of wind. So yeah, looking forward to that now. If Scotty managed to get us there without getting the patrol stuck here.
You're a goose. You're a dead set.
Scotty asked me to roll some audio. No, on that patrol.
Oh,
come on, come on, come on. That sounds nice. We are fairly late, but it's high tide, so still no one here beside one tour company there in the back, and they are already down there. So I reckon when we walk up now Eli Creek, we can float down there all by ourselves, which I'm looking forward to. We're a little bit too late for the day. Last time was here at 6 o'clock and in the morning, no one was there. Look at all the fish here. The water is fresh without sun in the morning, that's for sure. Crystal clear. Oh, and it is fresh. But it's perfect. Oh, it's so refreshing in the water. Now you can right away drink.
That's the only disadvantage with the car awning. That means every time you move the car, obviously you have to take the awning in. We wanted to go for a little drive to the MAHENO, so I quickly rolled the Super Pack awning back in. However, I have to say, yeah, packing back in is pretty quick.
That's how quick stuff can change. Scotty asked me whether I want to drive the patrol for a little bit, so I jumped in. Manual, I don't know, I may have stalled it. Scotty reckons, could well be.
and it wouldn't start again.
We're just trying to take the patrol out for a little drive.
Hey, steady. There's some secrets in filming, alright? There is.
Are they?
Respect that. No. Well.
Isn't that the drama, mate?
Mate, you hopped in the
You
seat
wanted to
for
have?
literally, what, 30 seconds?
30 seconds and I f***ed the car, exactly.
Wow. What have you done to my car?
You were sitting next to
You
me.
put your Land Cruiser juju on
Exactly.
my
No, my Land Cruiser doesn't do that though.
Sat in here for 20 seconds and you've wrecked it.
Exactly. But my Land Cruiser just drives, mate. That's a patrol thing.
Yeah, first we thought it's alarm, but then I have one of these knock heavy-duty lithium starters, and once I connected that to a starter battery, it actually started again. So yeah, at the moment he's driving, we'll see what the story is. But he had problems with his battery setup anyway, that is overdue for change. So yeah, just hope it lasts that trip, I guess.
Scotty just UHF through that he's dead again with the car, so gonna go back. We're gonna jump start him again and then see what he wants to do.
I purchased a Norco GB70 lithium jump starter a little while ago, and it has saved the bacon quite a few times for my own car, my wife's car, and now also Scotty's car. So something I can definitely recommend. They work very well. Later in the afternoon we had another dingo encounter. This was a different dingo which had a collar. Collar means it is tracked and usually has bitten someone. This particular dingo, I believe, has bitten 3 people according to the ranger. And if they just wander through your camp, that is no problem. We don't bother with this. But this one was setting up in the middle of our camp, and that is not something you should tolerate. So we tried to get him out of camp, but he right away comes back. It took 2 people and a few minutes to really chase him out of camp. This is the end of part 2 of our epic Fraser adventure. Thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and possibly even support me at Patreon to help me making these videos. In the next episode we have to weather a pretty severe thunderstorm with a lot of rain and we're getting wet. You will find out why the rangers are in our camp, and we spend 2 nights at my new favorite camp spot on Fraser Island.